You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast, and you're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. And I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E Podcast. Today, we are reviewing Snowfall Season 5, Episode 4. This episode was titled Revolutions, and we see Leon was a big reason for this episode being titled that, bro. Like, he ain't putting up with the way the LAPD crashing down in the projects. He said it felt like some shit our grandma and them was going through with the civil rights shit, with the dogs and everything. So this was definitely a episode of a huge turning point for this season. I feel like this episode right here set a huge turning point for everything that we're going to see for the rest of the season, especially with the way Cissy just integrated herself into the whole equation.
This was definitely a setup episode. I don't think nothing crazy happened, but it's going to set up a lot that's going to happen when you talk about Cissy, Leon trying to get into a riot or a revolutionary stages with the cops and all that. And then Franklin still trying to deal with Teddy. So it definitely progressed the storyline along. So I'm definitely looking forward to what will happen next. But you know who Leon reminded me of, bro? Alton. He really reminded me of Alton, like with the revolutionary shit. And he was saying similar type of things about all the money that's being put in we have all this money, but we are doing more damage to the community than we're doing good for it. It's like, what's the point of having all this money if we just not going to do anything with it? We hurting our people in the process. He sounds like Alton. And what happened to Alton? Alton got killed by the CIA. I don't know if Leon is going to get killed by the cops or if Franklin is going to end up killing them for doing this dumb shit. He don't want to get entangled with the cops. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I think Leon's going to end up dying because once you go on this revolutionary tirade, bro, it never ends well for black people, bro.
And the conversation he had with Franklin, you know, telling him, look, it ain't no disrespect to your mom, so I'm glad she back. Give her my best, but I can't sit up there eating steak and shrimp and lobster and then come back home to the projects and, you know, and my niggas here like we down, worrying about if we're going to get the dough kicked in or not or something like that, you know. So Leon made some huge points very similar to Alton. And Leon is somebody that opposing to Alton, who was never really in Franklin life ever since he was a jit. Leon being your day one, bro. So if Leon is really telling you like, look, hey, bro, I helped you build this empire, but now we at that point where it's like, why are we still doing it to the level that we're doing it? Why are we not using that money now to make shit better? And I think that's the biggest point Leon is trying to make. Hey, look, I was your right-hand man. When we started selling this crack, I had my time period where I didn't give a fuck. But now I'm getting to that point where it's like, okay, I can't be that same person no more, especially after he killed Tiana and everything. Leon has had a lot of growth throughout the entire series of Snowfall, more so than damn near any other character.
And I feel like a way that Franklin, I don't think it's going to happen, but a way that he could have done better with the community is like ingratiated himself in the community. I know he's from South Central, but like giving back, like shit like that, I feel like could have helped the community out. Create parks, create more housing, stuff like that could have been better for the community. That could have been a good way to use your money, could have been a good way to clean your money. In the process, you're helping out the unfortunate if they getting kicked out of the project. So however it's getting, you know what I'm saying, the cards are getting dealt. I feel like that could have been a good way Franklin could have done about his money. And instead of it just being for selfish reason, I'm just going to store it all away. He has millions stashed away in Panama. He's not going to use all that money. I know he got a kid on the way. So it's like, damn, you could give some money back to the community that you are destroying.
And I don't know if you remember, but remember that library he used to always go to and he kicked them people out of it. I can't fully blame Franklin for that. I understand that's where their business started and everything, but Franklin did give them an opportunity. He's like, look, I got a place for y'all right up the street, like literally just a few blocks down. It's going to take your customers maybe a few more minutes to get to y'all, but I have another place for y'all set up. Let me get this building. They decided, no, we're going to put up a front. We're not going to let you buy this property. Then that's when Franklin had to turn to beast mode and really do dirty some people who was with him from the get-go, who knew him as young, innocent Franklin. He had to get like real boss with them and letting them know, look, either these white people finna take your shit or I'm finna take your shit. And you just see Franklin growing more and more into I'm gonna do what I gotta do to protect mine, as opposed to help the whole community.
Because you can't help everybody. So it's always going to be somebody complaining in the community, whether it's Leon or whether it's people in the projects. And you see an old boy who was making the little rap tapes, snitching on Franklin, Jerome, and everybody like that. Like he's somebody who's also complaining about what's going down in his hood, talking about Franklin ain't doing nothing for the community. So everybody sees what's going on and sees that you're not helping and that you're being selfish, but you're still destroying at the same time. Like everybody's seeing it, bro. And it's just like, damn, is this how you going to leave it?
And the main thing that caught me with the whole dude that was rapping in the projects or whatever is kind of like, I didn't like the fact he was name dropping. The fact that he was name dropping in the song, okay, yeah, like bro, you can't just be name dropping niggas and think ain't nobody finna say nothing. But what he was talking about wasn't necessarily a bad thing. Like he was, like he's saying, I'm just telling my story. This is my life too. Just because y'all the ones dealing drugs, that don't mean the rest of us ain't seeing and dealing with what's going on, you know. So I felt like that's why Jerome kind of had like a soft spot for him, because he was like, let me hear you spit. Like you sounded good. We didn't like what you were saying, but you sounded good though. You weren't just doing no bullshit. So Jerome understands the impact of what's happening. And maybe we get a phase of gangster rap. I remember I've been telling y'all ever since episode 1 and 2, they're taking real world events and putting it into Snowfall now with the whole Lynn Bias situation. I still feel like the AIDS epidemic is gonna play a part in this with Magic Johnson and everything. Who knows? Maybe gangster rap is gonna start getting very apparent in this show. So that's another aspect too that I'm thinking of.
But I'm trying to figure out what Cissy finna do, man. I know she trying to go ahead honcho style after Teddy now, but it's like, because at first, bro, when I seen that final scene, I thought she was gonna go down the Alton route and start snitching. I thought the dude that was sitting next to her was a reporter. I'm just like, come on, bro. You seen what happened to Alton and you finna go down this route? But now I see what she doing. I was like, okay.
I ain't expect her to snitch. No, I ain't expect.
That's what I expected, bro. When I was like, I hope she ain't going down that route again, bro. After seeing what happened to Alton.
Yeah, I didn't see snitching. I did see setting up for, getting Teddy killed. So when I seen that's what she was meeting about, because I'm like, oh, that's the only thing I could see her meeting with this dude about. And is he in the CIA? Is it going to be like a CIA versus CIA situation?
They didn't do a good job of clearing up what he does at all.
Clearing who he is or what he does. He could be DEA, CIA, FBI. We don't know who this man is.
I think he knows Teddy's wife, though. I think he knows Teddy's wife. Because I think he said Anna. Anna is Teddy's wife, I think. So I think that's why he knows what Teddy's been doing and how he knew Teddy was in the CIA already.
I feel like it's going to be a situation where whenever Teddy finds out who's been stalking him, who's been getting in the way of whatever's going on, because you see in the preview for next episode, I think it was Louie, she said somebody has been watching us. Somebody knows where we're going to be before we even get there. They know what we're doing, how we're operating. Somebody has the inside drop on everything we're doing. And it's going to be a huge rip in the whole family, bro. I don't know if anybody in the family is going to be able to trust each other at some point.
And that preview was kind of confusing, because why would the person that Cissy hired be after Louie and Jerome? So I think shit is just getting crossed the paths, because from the preview from last week, I thought that Jerome and Louie were going to be a part of the Project Raiden, but they weren't a part of that at all. It was just like the cop already knew that they were involved with the project, so he just raided it just to get some people in jail, just to have some cocaine that he can bring back to his bosses. So it's like Louie isn't bossing them around like I thought she was going to be. I thought that was going to be her role in this, and that's really not. She's not really in control of anything at this moment.
And I didn't expect Leon to already know that this is the cop that she got in her pocket. Everybody knew, apparently. Everybody knew who this dude was, apparently. I did not see that coming. I definitely predicted Leon to be left in the dark, Jerome to even be kind of left in the dark, and Louie getting in trouble for people finding out she messing with this cop. Turns out that's not the case at all. Franklin knows, Jerome knows, Leon, everybody knows she got this cop in her pocket. So I don't know. I just didn't see that coming at all. So I'm like, oh, we all know this dude. So that's how you feel it.
that's what blew me. I feel like it would have been better if nobody knew who he was. It would have been better. Because you could have set up Louie as the villain. It's like, okay, Louie is the one who was controlling this, setting up people. It would have made more sense. But to just know that he's the one that's rating it on his own. So Louie, like, why are we beefing with Louie still? If it's not going to be like a real, like, oh, you were doing this or behind my back type shit. It's like y'all are still beefing on not being on the same team. That's what y'all beefing on right now still?
I don't see that lasting for the whole season. I think Franklin's beef is you're trying to steer away from me and be in charge, and clearly you showing that you can't control the people that's working for you or that you're working with. And that's why Franklin told her, like, do you think you can get this under control? Do I need to step in and do something? And she was like, no, I got it. Because Franklin looking like you want to be apart from me, but you looking like you still need me to help. So,
yeah. So, but the scene that was funniest to me, bro, was the dinner scene when everybody was together with Cissy, Jerome, Veronique, and Louie and Franklin, bro. And they were staring at each other across the table. There was like death stares the whole time. And when she brought up Alton, bro, I was like, she knows she wrong for that shit, bro. Yeah. Nobody needed to have that conversation at that moment. This moment was about family. And when Louie did that shit, it was like, damn, she really on that bullshit right now. And you see how the shot was set up, how it was like the four of them. And like Louie was so separate from the group, felt like it was so much space in between. It's like, damn, you can see like the distance growing between her and Jerome, high key, and between her and the family. So it's like, damn, growing further and further apart.
I don't know what happens to Louie at the end of the season, bro. I really don't. Does Louie die? Does Louie just? Well, first of all, we don't know if Franklin and Teddy are gonna die. If just one of them. Does Louie end up being ultimately in charge of shit? Does she get out of this life? Does she end up dying just because she's beefing with Franklin still and the beef escalates? I really don't know the future of Louie's fate for the end of season 5, but I have a good nudge that she might not make it just because she's trying to be also on her own.
Throwing Cissy into the equation makes this go in so many different directions because a lot of people were assuming that, it's going to be Franklin's going to be the one that kills Teddy. But it's like, if Cissy's going to be hiring somebody to kill Teddy, it's like that throws a wrench into everybody's predictions right now. So we don't know who could be after Teddy, and we don't know who Teddy could be getting from the CIA to kill Franklin. So it's like it's a lot of things that can be going on right now with the Cissy being thrown into this shit, dog. So I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. I really don't.
And she trying to be right up under Franklin again with him, with like all of his street business.
But she don't want to be a part of real estate no more. She want to be a part of the game.
She want to be in the game. And he really asked her, he was like, you really want to go back to this shit? Like you're as my mom, you're really asking me to work with me in this street shit again. So Franklin, I feel like he's gonna. Cissy is doing this to keep it as low key as possible that she's getting this outside person to get the drop on Teddy. Because if she would have stayed away and just said, no, I want to do real estate. No, I don't even want to know what you're doing gang wise and all that, blah, blah, blah. It was a bit more evident that you must be the one, giving somebody information, all that. But her coming to Franklin saying, I want to be a part of it again. It might make Franklin turn a blind eye to her.
Then that could make it more obvious. Why you want to be a part of my group now? That's weird. You've been a part of this organization for a long time. You've never wanted to know about this life. Now you want to know about this life now. Something is different in your mentality now. You must be after something or somebody. Like that's already a change. That's why he was questioning it like that. I don't think it was just the switch up of real estate to the game. It was like, why? You've never been motivated to be a part of this. You always shied away from it. You let me do it, but you still didn't accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always like some resentment toward it. Now you want to be a part of it? It's like, why? What's your because that was the question I was asking. What was going to be her real benefit? What was she going to do to add to his game? You know what I'm saying?
And that was my big question. Like, what were you gonna gain from it other than just learning how to do the shit? Like,
we don't need somebody like her. We need more muscle. We don't need another Cissy to be a part of it, to be a part of the decisions. Like, we don't need that. So I think next season he can honestly put the pieces together.
But I think I think she might get her knowing that she's his mother. And Veronique even said it. You a mama's boy. Like, I seen it the moment she walked in the room. Like, you just are a totally different person when your mom is around. Like, you're way more innocent. You're way more vulnerable. All of that. And I think Cissy is going to use that to her advantage against Franklin. You know, not saying against Franklin, like Franklin just don't want Teddy killed, but against him in a way of, I'm doing this shit behind your back. And I think Cissy's voice was the one in the voiceover before the season started when she was like, I thought we agreed no more secrets. So her saying we agreed no more secrets, and you're the one having possibly the biggest secret of the season, like that's just total hypocrisy there. So
Yeah, this shit finna be this shit finna be crazy, bro. Like I said, Cissy, I just didn't see this storyline with Cissy at all because I thought she was just gonna be like play the concerned mom role. We seen in the preview before the season, she was talking to Avi about, oh, is Franklin in trouble? Like, I thought she was gonna play that type of role, but for her to be hiring somebody for her to already know that Teddy was back before even knowing about Franklin, like she came to the States on a mission. She talking about she came back for the baby, yeah. No, she came back to kill Teddy, bro, because she don't want Teddy to get Franklin, you know, messed up in jail, whatever. She want to get him out of the picture completely.
And that's why Louie was asking, like, she was like, so you sure the baby is the reason you came back? Like, out of everything, that's the only reason you came back. You ain't come back for your husband or none of that, this, that, and the third. So that's why Louie was really asking the question, because she see it from a mile away that it's more than just that.
I don't know if she seen it from a mile away. I think she just wanted to be awkward in that situation. Like, y'all having a good time. Yeah. Oh, let me throw this in there. Let's talk about Alton, the nigga that's dead because of Teddy. she wanted to be real awkward, bro. That's why I said, like, I understand the tension between Franklin and Louie, but I can't see the team issue being a prolonged thing throughout the entire season. I thought she was going to be a op because she was going to be on the side of the cop and people were going to find out about her doing the raid. But since that's not the way they're going, it's like, is Louie really going to be a bad, you know what I'm saying, the antagonist in this? Or is she still going to be with Franklin at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? I don't see her as an antagonist anymore if that's not the road she's going down. I feel the antagonists are going to be Teddy and the antagonists are going to be the cop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those are the two antagonists. I threw Louie in that last week, but I'm kind of like, I don't think it's going to be her anymore. And we still got Scully around too. We don't know what Scully is capable of. He cutting off niggas' ears and shit these days. So, you know, he's also an antagonist. So I don't know though. That's weird.
And I really don't know what's gonna happen if Teddy does get killed. Like, let's say Cissy's plan comes to full fruition. She finally gets Teddy killed. We did see Teddy sitting in a pool of blood for a whole season recap video that they gave of little bits and pieces of what's to come for this season. But let's say Teddy dies. What happens? Does Franklin just completely have to walk away from the game because his CIA?
They're gonna get somebody to replace him.
But is Franklin gonna want to go through a whole process with a whole new person again? Like, he was trying to get used to somebody. You see Teddy nip that in the bud real quick because Teddy even peeped, like, bro, this dude is not somebody you need to be dealing business. That, I feel like that was the reason why Teddy was upset. Yes, Teddy wanted to get his
Teddy wanted to feel back. Important, bro, because what they were doing was fine. It was working.
Yeah. But I feel like it was also maybe Teddy did know what he was talking about in a sense of dude didn't know, you know, exactly what he was doing. Because the dude was partying a lot. Like, he was partying
and he was stealing money. He was stealing money too.
And he was stealing money. So Teddy was like, look, although I'm doing this mostly for me, I am kind of helping you at the same time. Like, nobody is better to work with you right now than me. We've built a relationship. We're not friends, but we built a relationship with each other to where we know what we expect from each other. So I think that's why, because even Franklin was still super serious all the time when he was meeting the other dude. And the other dude would tell him, like, you need to lighten up. Need to be more loose or whatever. And Franklin just had his guard up at all times. He still does with Teddy too. But now he's kind of like more, okay, I know what's going to happen. I know the process, blah, blah, blah. So,
but that's why he keeps bringing up that Teddy is different now, bro, because this isn't the same old Teddy that we know for the past 4 seasons. This is somebody completely different. And the trust is gone, what we were speaking on last week. So it's like every time we go to a meet, it's like, damn, I'm not even meeting the same person. It's all business. You remember when Teddy used to ask him about his family life? It used to be like real personal. It felt like a real friendship between them. Even though we knew it was business at the end of the day, it was friendship. And Teddy got him out of some sticky situations all the time. Like, we knew what it was, but now it's all business. Teddy, like, oh, it's gonna be raised in the projects, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter if your people getting hit up. It don't matter. Worry about yourself and just keep pushing this cocaine and this crack. That's all Teddy care about now. In the past seasons, that wasn't Teddy, bro. That wasn't. So it's a whole change with him that wasn't there before. And that's a good reason that Cissy is stepping in, because Teddy couldn't get knock Franklin off too.
And Teddy made a good point at the same time, though. It's like you and Louie made the same point. Like, this shit is going to happen. Like, raids are going to happen. Teddy literally told Frank, like, you're moving literal tons of crack and cocaine throughout the city of LA. Like, yes, you are going to have police raids. Like, I don't know why y'all acting so shocked.
And that's why, and that's why I was so blown away by this sharp change in Leon, because I just feel like it's so sharp. Because he was so chill for so long. So this happens to you one time and you just want to become a full-on revolutionary? It's like that shit was kind of quick to me, bro. If this happened a couple of times before, it was like, okay, they done been raided your shit 3 times in 3 weeks. Okay, I understand it. Like, you trying to stand up for your people. But this happened one time in a blue moon, and now you want to be the Black Panther now. It's like you want to get guns from Avi. I feel like that was too quick, bro. I don't think one time should change him like that.
Guns. This man said rocket launchers. I'm like, Leon trying to die. Leon is trying to die.
He's for sure gonna, and that's why I said I don't think he's gonna die by the hands of the cops like he think he's gonna do, because I think he's okay with the fact of dying. That when he was talking to Cissy, it seemed like he was okay with it, but he just wanted to be a part of a revolution, a part of a change. But I don't even think it's going to get to that point, because we know Franklin, bro. Once Franklin gets a whiff of this, Franklin finna nip that shit in the bud. Oh, if you want to do that, bro, Franklin gonna have that gun to his face again. Hey, nigga, I'm gonna do this shit for real this time, nigga. I'm gonna do this shit for real. So, hey, Leon better watch his back.
And even Avi told Leon, he was like, you really want to go to war with the LAPD, like with the police?
Smart.
It's not smart at all. Like, that's a war you are just not going to win, bro. It's at least not the way you're trying to do it. Because Cissy even told him, like, the Black Panthers, there were plenty of opportunities that they could have went to war with the police that way, but they found better ways to do it. They didn't get violent unless absolutely necessary. So Leon trying to just go head first. I'm finna kill every one of them for every person they kill to us. And Avi told him, like, bro, you killed just one police officer. It's you versus damn near all of California at that point.
And he said it's going to be, and he said, even if you die in the process, it's going to be even worse for the projects now, because now they're going to be checking them on them and trying to beat them up every other week now, because you're from there. You know what I'm saying? And that was his mission. That's what blew my mind about Leon, because it just wasn't smart at all. He was like, as long as I kill one cop, I'm going to be fine with it. I'm like, bro, that's what you relying on? That's what you cool with? You cool with dying if you only kill one cop? You know what I'm saying? Like, your life is on the line, bro. That's not going to change anything in this hood, bro, at all. If you kill one cop and then you die, what is that changing?
And Cissy told him, if you do that, if you go down this route, you're going to give them exactly what they want. You're either going to be in prison for the rest of your life, or you're going to be dead. And trust me, they don't care which one you choose. They just want you to be in either of those situations. So yes, let's say you do get what you kill one or more police officers. That's all they need to give you either a life sentence or put you in the dirt. And at the end of the day, they still win. So even if you kill somebody, like, you're not winning. It's not going to make you feel no better.
It's not, bro. And that's why I'm saying that shit was just so weird with his storyline, bro. But I think Teddy getting shot is going to happen next episode, because I'm about to play the preview. I think I seen like a quick little snippet of that in the preview. So I think that's going to happen next episode, him getting shot. But I don't think Teddy dies though until the last episode. I think he's not going to die. He's just going to get shot, but miraculously recover.
Tell them the name of episode 5 real quick before we play.
Episode 5 is called The Iliad Part 1. And it's funny because I looked up the definition before. The Iliad means like a series of disastrous events. So this is going to be straight mayhem in episode 5.
Yeah, and the synopsis says a brutal attack leaves the crew in chaos. So it might be the Teddy attack. Like you said, it might be Teddy getting shot.
Gotta look after the people, man. Otherwise, they'll sneak behind your back.
Get down!
Somebody's coming after my whole family.
Franklin is a survivor.
Whoever did this was close. Knew everywhere we was at. This empire, it's gonna crumble.
FX's Snowfall, all new next Wednesday.
This is what's blowing me about Cissy, because is she only trying to get Teddy killed, or is she trying to take the family down too? Talking about the empire is going to crumble soon.
Yeah, I don't know either. And I'm not sure why she's telling them the empire is going to crumble. Maybe she's telling them that in a sense of, you know, I'm getting ready to knock Teddy off. And once Teddy is knocked off, that easy supply, that easy plug supply that y'all got is going to go down. And I think that's what she's telling them. Like, whatever I got planned, whether I tell y'all or not, your empire is going to crumble. So you need to find a way to start making legitimate money, because the money y'all getting right now, that shit's finna get cut once Teddy get knocked off.
Yeah, because I think they're going to replace Teddy eventually. But do you, like you said, do they want to go through that again?
I wouldn't want them to replace Teddy and keep the show going. I rather, if Teddy dies, bro, it's kind of like we need an ending.
Oh no, that's why I said he's not dying until the end. He's not dying this next episode. He's dying at the end if he does.
Right.
It's like the last episode, because I think this is the last season. Because once this shit is
Me
done,
too.
You can't do anything if Teddy and Franklin ain't there. It's not a show. This ain't Snowfall no more. It's not Snowfall. It's not Snowfall. So,
and that's why I wouldn't want like a full replacement of him, because it's like, damn, we kind of starting a whole new vibe of the show over, and that's not what we want. Like, if either one of these characters, Franklin or Teddy, dies, like, in the show, like, that's it.
Yeah. So, any other predictions for episode 5?
Episode 5, I wouldn't be surprised if that cop get killed, because Louie had to check him and let him know, like, look, you ain't finna just be raiding my shit, like, and getting my peoples and all that, and just expecting me to be okay with it just because I got you on payroll. You know what I'm saying? So I think something is going to happen with this cop. I feel like Leon or somebody might actually get him and either kill him or kill one of his coworkers.
That might be the one person that Leon is talking about. Yeah, if I'm gonna kill one person, it's gonna be him. He finna get that Andre treatment for sure. He definitely finna get that Andre treatment. He finna get out of here. But it was a scene in the preview. It was like a gang doing a drive-by. Was that what Louie and Jerome were running from? That could have been what they were running from. It wasn't from whoever Cissy hired. That probably was who they were. But I don't know who that gang was though.
They look like Bloods. They look like Scully people. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, Scully's supposed to be on y'all side, but then y'all shooting and looks like y'all involved in drive-by.
And Veronique ducking too. So Veronique out in the crossfire and all that. I don't know what's happening. I really don't know who that is.
And that's why I'm so confused, because I'm like, why is Franklin running? Who's after Franklin? It can't be whoever Cissy hired, because Cissy wouldn't harm Franklin. And it's like, what is it? Scully chasing him? And then Jerome in the preview said, Franklin's a survivor. He's going to get out of anything. So it's like, oh, so everybody knows what's going on. Everybody is getting chased in this episode here. So who is the person doing the chasing? Because I don't think it's the person Cissy hired, but is it the gangs really?
And Franklin got caught off guard. If you see, like, he on some season 1, season 2 shit. Like, he jumping over fences. All he got is a bag with him and everything. He like he a middleman or a street worker again, the way he on the run. So I don't know. It's gonna be real interesting.
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. Definitely excited. This was a cool episode though. Cool episode. I thought the first 4 were definitely better, but I think we just carried with that Louie storyline in this one, and we really just set up a lot that we're going to get with Cissy and with the still got the Louie and Jerome tension and Leon becoming a revolutionary. Those are probably the biggest plot points, but I think next episode is going to be crazy. So definitely be on the lookout. But you can definitely hit them with the social media.
You can hit us up on Twitter at QE Podcast 1, Instagram QANDE Podcast, Facebook and YouTube Q&E Podcast, and Gmail QANDE Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes, and subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And subscribe to our Q&E media page. It is QANDEmedia.com. And follow our Instagram page, QANDE Media. And our Twitter page is QE Media. And we appreciate you guys for listening. And we out. Peace.